Coming up on the East End.
I've been to Hawaii, I've been everywhere.
Take fishing to a whole new level with the man who can help just about anyone make an epic catch. Plus,
I treat all the families like they're my children and my families.
Spend the day at a North Fork farm that's a horse lover's dream.
from lavish Hamptons hotspots
to local North Fork hidden gems.
Come with us as we explore the people and the places that make up Long Island's East End. Welcome to the East End. I'm Erin Colton.
And I'm Joe Arena.
We've got lots to see this weekend.
And while you're exploring it all with us, don't forget to play along in our East End trivia game. You'll see questions pop up during the show. Scan the QR code on your screen, submit your answers, and you might just win some East End swag. One of the most unique things about Long Island's East End are its artisans. They create some of the most unique goods and gifts that you just can't find anywhere else.
That includes here at Pine Barren Leather. This Sag Harbor home actually doubles as a workshop where leather accessories are made by hand. No machines, no shortcuts.
From camera straps to coasters, tote bags, wallets, and belts, everything here is handcrafted, one item at a time.
And today we're going to make one of the shop's most popular items and show it off at the end of the show. But first, we are going to head to the water for a lesson in surf casting with an East End man who has a passion for teaching the sport.
Hey!
You wouldn't know it at first. But after spending just a couple of minutes with Bill Wetzel, you find out he's kind of a fishing legend.
All my life since I can remember. I remember fishing when I was a little kid. I thought, like 3 years old, I thought they were fishing mud puddles.
And when Bill moved to Long Island's East End and set his eyes on Montauk, fishing, or specifically surf casting, became an obsession.
They call Montauk the surfcasting capital of the world. I've been to Hawaii, I've been everywhere, and Montauk takes something, it's like kind of I can't explain, it's like in your soul.
When you surf cast, you toss your line from the shore rather than a boat.
Surf fishing is just very competitive. I hate to use the word hardcore, but it's friggin' hardcore.
And after years of big catch after big catch, Bill knew he wanted more.
I thought to myself, I would like to get married someday. And the way I'm going now, I'll never get married because that's all I do is fish. However, if I make it a business, I could fish and I'd be happy.
And that's how it began, a charter business, spending the day teaching and guiding people where and how to surf cast.
I've taken people 90 years old out, and I've taken kids out too. I take out new people, like you. You'll be a new person.
We geared up at Bill's house and then headed out to surf casting heaven.
You can go from a sandy beach out Montauk. We're wading out 100 yards onto rocks with waves coming in, smashing you down. Or you can go like in the back bays and it's very quiet. I'll take a guy out there and he's out on the rocks, you know, and maybe we're not even catching anything, but he's getting pounded by waves and the wind's in his face. And I'll see his eyes. All I can do is look at his eyes. His eyes are like bulging. I'm like, he's got the bug. And if I see your eyes light up, I'm like, oh, she's got the bug. She's got the bug. You have to bring your own waders. I have everything else. You meet me and you hop in my truck and it's 5 hours.
This is a lot of gear here, Bill.
I know, man. This is how it is, though. Put this around your waist. It's got to be really tight, though.
Let's go. First comes a lesson on how to cast.
So your finger should be just above the spool.
Okay.
See how I'm extending my arm?
So
I'm
it's
slow.
Almost a side swing.
Right. Shoulders square to wherever you're going to cast.
All right, this is a lot of information.
I know. Go ahead. It'll do the rod, it'll do the work. It's beautiful. That's a fish right there.
Okay.
You're in it!
I'm in it. I'm hooked.
See what we got. See what we got. We're gonna be inside King's in an area called the Rat Hole. This is all King's. That's the sewer I was talking about. That's the bluffs over there. So don't think you can take one step out here without using your rod as a king. Oh yeah, right between the legs, right between the legs. Reel. Good, awesome.
Since Bill said hardcore surf casting is doing it on top of a rock, I had to hop on. And after a couple of tries, that moment Bill says hooks you for life happened. Bill caught a 12-pound, 30-plus inch striped bass. Did you see it in my eyes?
Oh my God, your eyes are bugging.
Let's go! Woo!
It becomes part of you, being out there in the surf. Every time I'm out there, I'm like, I stop and I'm like, oh my God, it's the challenge of catching those fish. Puts you in another dimension. It's not really explainable until you do it. I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Wow, what a unique way of fishing.
When Bill caught that fish, a 12-pound striped bass, it was like euphoria. I was jumping up and down, screaming.
Right? The thrill of the catch.
It's also a great gift for someone who loves fishing, a
Really?
5-hour charter with Bill.
Fun day.
Yes, all right, we're back here in the workshop of Pine Barren Leather. This is a Sag Harbor shop that specializes in making handcrafted leather goods, accessories, and West Hampton native Shane Herrick is the owner and operator of this. What an amazing place this is.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Shane, you weren't always doing this.
Yeah, I was a journalist and freelance writer in London for about 8 years. Upon moving back to West Hampton, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted some reward in working with my hands. I wanted something that was a little bit counter to the throwaway culture that's so pervasive now. It took a while to kind of train my hand and figure it out, but once I did, you kind of end up with a product that really lasts forever. It embraces its scars, it embraces its mileage. It's really rewarding work. We do a lot of custom stuff as well, which is quite cool. I always love to do a custom piece. If someone drops me a line or reaches out, I've got this book that needs a cover, or I've got this belt that I'd like to recreate that I can't find, or I've got this idea for a harness, for cameras, for whatever your professional needs are, or personal needs. I'm always down to chat.
And while we gather the supplies, let's make a stop at a North Fork farm, all started by a woman with a love for horses and her East End roots.
I actually felt guilty taking money the first year that I opened because I was having so much fun and people were handing me money and I'm like, wow, I feel like I shouldn't even take the money because I'm happy to be with the kids and I just love to see them.
At the Little Red Barn in Jamesport, it's all about your family and the one behind this fun day on the farm. And it all started with Kate Nichols' love of horses.
My grandmother actually started me and said, do you want to go for a horseback riding lesson? And my friend has a horse, place in Southold. And I said, I would love that. So I went and that was the end of that. So here we are.
Today, through Kate's vision, the Little Red Barn is a cherished part of her childhood that she now gets to share with others.
I wanted to do something that I enjoy doing, which is kids, families, and animals. We have a lot of horse farms on the North Fork, and I wanted to think kind of outside the box. I kind of thought, what would I want if I was a little girl? So that's what I rolled with.
Kate's family has roots across the North Fork, including being one of the former owners of Claudio's in Greenport. And a piece of Greenport is how the Little Red Barn began. You may recognize it, especially if you grew up out east.
This is the original carousel building from Greenport. So we made stalls in here. We bought our 4 original horses.
But Kate's vision evolved into much more than just giving riding lessons.
Wow. Yep, keep your eyes up. Good.
Today, the Little Red Barn experience is a little bit of everything. Pigs, baby bunnies, even baby chicks.
And a lot of kids that come aren't from the area and, they're from Manhattan or Brooklyn, Queens or elsewhere and they've never seen a horse. They've never held a chick. They've never had that opportunity.
That even goes for some big kids. What's that? Watch News 12's East End show, Saturday and Sundays at 9:30 a.m. Okay, thank you.
Before you use them, you're going to brush them to clean their body. It's a good check overview.
Belly rub for Oreo here.
You can rub her ears.
Oh.
So she's super sweet. She was raised here. So, oh, look at this. Look at Clarice.
Am I doing goat yoga all of a sudden?
It's a passion of mine when I have a child that comes in here and they're afraid. So my goal in my mind is when this little child comes and they're afraid, I want to get them to be brushing the pony, decorating, and if they would like to get on the pony and see the parents, wow, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I try to get everybody to relax.
And if mom and dad are looking to relax, Kate and her team have you covered.
We have plenty of adults and teens that are happy to watch and choose whatever they'd like to do when they're here on the farm. It's up to the parents, and they stay here from 2 hours a day to 6 hours a day.
So I could get some wine tasting done with my wife on the North Fork,
could.
and the kids could just enjoy the day here.
Absolutely.
There's also summer camp for those 3 and up. And part of that service is provided by family, Kate's family. Her daughter, Catherine Grace, is one of the many farmhands. Then there's mom, Kathy, who Kate credits the most for turning what was once a tree farm here in Jamesport into this interactive space.
I really do enjoy what I do, and I have my family on the farm, and every day I come out here is not a day of work.
I mean, that place has everything for kids.
Even big kids, and they babysit, so
Perfect.
can't go wrong. All right, still ahead. We are going to get to work here at Pine Barren Leather, and we're going to give you a look at what we're making.
Plus,
Some people say it's like a museum, and I love that.
we tour a groovy Greenport shop that's a treasure trove of curated vintage finds.
Welcome back to the East End. Today we're spending some time in Sag Harbor here at Pine Barren Leather, and they make leather goods that last forever.
And today we're going to be making one of their most popular items. It's a notebook rambler. You can put your passport or cards in it. But before we do that, we are going to take you back in time to a Greenport shop with a vintage vibe.
This used to be the Suffolk Times newspaper building, so it was always called the Times.
And now the Times Vintage in Greenport still chronicles time, just a little differently.
Some people say it's like a museum, and I love that.
The entire store is filled with old school treasures many people haven't seen since their childhood.
The uniqueness of things that you can't find, I think it's the magic in that. I don't know, you can't just click a button and order it.
Elizabeth Swigard owns the secondhand store where the past has been living on now for more than a decade.
We have kitchenware, glassware, we have a kids section, kids clothing, toys, a lot of furniture, tons of lamps, home decor, men's clothing, clothing for women.
That's very cool. When you see someone's eyes light up and they see something from their childhood that they haven't seen in years and it sets them back, what's that like for you?
It's so special and it's so beautiful. People call us up and say they have things that they feel have value. A lot of it is very sentimental stuff. Every piece has a story, so it's really awesome when we get to know where a piece has come from. That's the part that's, I think, the most fulfilling and exciting.
Elizabeth's partner in her time capsule dream come true is her dad, Michael, who keeps the popular records section spinning.
There's a revival for the vintage classic rock, and that's the main thing that we sell in here. You've got the Stones, Linda Ronstadt, and then I've got Roxy Music, Todd Rundgren, Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Nostalgia is such a powerful thing, so to be able to have a space where people can come and be reminded of someone or like a time in their life that was meaningful is so awesome.
I don't have to tell you, how cool is that place though, right?
So cool. I mean, there's just going back in time, seeing all of those unique stuff again.
That they're flooded with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, right now we're back inside the workshop at Pine Barren Leather. We are with the owner, Shane Herrick, and we are going to be making one of the most popular items you make. It's called a notebook rambler.
Right, so what is the first step in this process?
All right, so the first step for any leather project is you get your template and you make it. This is the template here for the rambler. Each individual panel gets cut out first. This is a card sleeve, this is the interior panel on the left side, and this is the right side.
So after these panels are cut and ready to go, what's next?
All right, I'm gonna assign you both a task now.
Okay.
So wing dividers, and we're gonna make a stitch line. So basically you're gonna do this and you're gonna follow that edge, and that's our line. There you go, you're gonna wanna use that guide and run it all the way around that corner.
Straight down.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
yeah.
I went diagonal. So.
That'll happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Okay.
All right, have Joe do it.
All right.
Maybe he's better.
I'll show you what you're doing wrong.
How did you do that?
you know, you're going a little close to the edge.
I live on the edge.
Yeah.
Living on the edge.
I
man.
live
You
on the
are
edge.
living on the edge.
Well, we're gonna cover some of that up with our stitching or something, right? Or no,
Or
we're
something.
not doing
Yeah,
it.
or something, yeah. So now what we do, once we have our guideline here, you have to start marking out your stitch holes.
I think I'll be better at this.
Yeah, there you go. So you're gonna do that, and then you wanna land in that last one just so that it's a nice spacer for
Yeah.
you. You're trying to land right on that line.
You're pushing real hard there, aren't you?
I know.
Make sure you stay on the line, a little bit over.
Uh-oh.
I'm seeing double.
Oh, gosh. All right, so that wasn't really that great, but
Yeah,
what's
that's it.
next?
All right. So we're gonna start swinging hammers now.
Okay.
That's
Good.
what we're doing now.
Now we can do some real damage.
Yeah. Give it one more. There you go.
Oh, God!
That's okay.
Next comes stitching. So that's a saddle stitch. So we're gonna break out the stitching horse. We're gonna set this up and get our needles ready. So now we've got our saddle stitch started off for you here, which is a thread, single thread with 2 needles. We're gonna do our double helix. You're basically coming into the back and you're gonna go underneath and you're gonna pull that and then do a switch around
Wow.
like that. And you're gonna pull that tight.
Joe, give it a try.
All right, let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
have you give it a go. How we doing?
All right, let's go.
All right, we're getting there, yeah.
Let's go.
And now you gotta do that like 200 more times.
All right, while we finish up our stitching here, we're going to take you to a North Fork hotel that claims to be the most romantic spot on the East End.
The legacy I've always liked most about it is that there was a woman, Mae Watson, that came along and she started what was called the Cinnamon Tree Restaurant, where American Beach Restaurant is today.
And manager of the American Beach Hotel, Ryan Farrell, says what Watson created was a gathering hub of wild characters, bands, and crazy stories.
I like to think we carried a lot of that energy through, and obviously our vibe is very different. We aim for different food, different aesthetic, but we still very much remain a hub for people to gather.
And it all starts in this courtyard that's just a step off Main Street, but may feel more like LA or Miami.
There's a little something for everybody here, and it's kind of an escape.
I could go anywhere and take a selfie and
Right, you can't even go into the bathroom without seeing an Instagrammable moment. So we have those spaces are literally kind of planted throughout the whole square.
One of their most popular spots on the property is the Tree Bar.
The Tree Bar is just a signature, I think, of Greenport Village.
And if you're looking for a more sophisticated cocktail experience,
Here at the Black Llama Lounge, they actually started off as a culinary cocktail program. So all of the ingredients here do require more time to make.
But you know, these days people treat their drinking almost as serious as the food they eat when they go out.
and speaking of food, if you're looking for a full menu, including brunch, Chef Alan Bay has you covered, a Southold native with West Coast experience.
I try to make it more comfortable and more Greenport, if you will, but with a twist, because I wanted to bring a little bit of California back out here because they use a lot of fresh flavors. It's very light, but a lot of flavor.
And if you're looking to stay the night, there are 13 rooms on the property.
The rooms, they're all fairly intimate, very well curated, little touches, little pieces of artwork here and there. They're all very Instagrammable and very aesthetically pleasing.
And if you're hoping to run into a famous face or two, American Beach just might be the place where it'll happen.
We've had a Supreme Court justice or two. We've had a few big list Hollywood actors.
Always pass by, never been inside, now I gotta go.
Gotta go in and just, you know, you're gonna wanna take a lot of pictures when you're in there, which is nice, but put the phone down and enjoy the place.
Enjoy, exactly. All right, our Rambler is done, but there's one final step to make sure it lasts for generations. We'll show you that coming up after the break.
Silver Sands is not just your typical boutique hotel, it's a restored 1950s waterfront escape on 45 acres in Greenport. This year-round haven has beachfront cabins and bungalows, retro chic motel rooms, fully equipped suites, and even 2 stunning private beach houses. One of my favorite things about Silver Sands is that each space has its own vintage style decor, so it's a new experience every time you visit.
Well, Silver Sands, the motel was originally built in 1957 by the Drzezinia family, and it was owned by them up until 2022. We offer a number of amenities for people. There's bicycles that people can take into town. We have a couple bocce ball courts. We also offer people can rent kayaks and paddleboards so they can be out in Pipes Cove.
Nookie's is a reimagined roadside diner that is trendy and picturesque, but has a warm, nostalgic feel. For seasonal dining on the water, they have Eddie's Oyster Bar, where you can get Mediterranean-style cuisine and the freshest oysters from their very own oyster farm. This historic boathouse was preserved with its original nautical decor and will now function as a full bar and unique meeting space.
This is really an analog way of kind of leisure, and so we take it really seriously that people choose to spend their most valuable resource with us, which is their free time.
Whether you're here for fresh oysters, epic views, or just a chance to unplug, Silver Sands redefines luxury as time well spent. For Discover Long Island, I'm Brianna McEnroe.
All right, thanks to Brianna and Discover Long Island for that. And we are wrapping up our day here in Sag Harbor at Pine Barren Leather with owner Shane Herrick, who makes all these leather goods by hand.
We made one of his most popular one, which is a notebook rambler. Holds your passport or cards, stuff like that, but there's one final step.
One final step, we want to give it a little extra protection, which is just a good wax finish and some leather conditioner. We're just going to rub that on lint-free cloth, a little extra moisture, and a little wax finish to protect it from the elements, from your pocket. Not too much protection. We want it to age. We want it to beat up well.
Now that will eventually look something like this. This is
That's
yours,
right.
Which is about 6 years old.
That's about 6 years old. That's seen many miles, and that's been in an outside pocket taking a beating like that, and it just looks better with age.
Thank you so much, Shane, for inviting us into your home and your Sag Harbor shop and showing us what you do.
It was a pleasure.
All right, time now to check your answers on our East End trivia game. If you've been playing along, scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. It'll take you to our website where you can submit your answers for the chance to win some East End swag.
You'll also find more information on our website about all the places that we've explored in this episode.
And while you're there, let us know about your favorite places to visit on the East End, from the lavish to the local.
Because it just may be our next adventure. See you next time.